Hi everyone! Welcome to the third module of the Accounting Manager training. In the last module, we discussed uploading and reviewing invoices. Today we'll keep exploring PlateIQ by learning about approving invoices. Mapping is the only one of our 4 tasks that is only accessible to our PlateIQ champions. We've created a separate training for them. Approving invoices can be done by all PlateIQ users with champion and GM access. You can approve an invoice once it's been uploaded, mapped by a champion or a member of the accounting team, and reviewed. As much as we talk about approving invoices, it's definitely the easiest thing to do. Only once your invoice is approved can it be paid and posted on your P&L. Make sure that you don't approve utility or rent invoices. They're the only invoices that must be approved by the accounting team, because we must track them and map them in a very specific way. Let's look at the invoices waiting for us in the Pending Approval tab in PlateIQ. I'm going to sort by vendor. On a typical day, you should get to this tab and start from the beginning. You click on the invoice to expand the detail and review it. This first invoice here is pretty straightforward. It always goes under laundry expenses. I quickly review the information such as vendor name, location, invoice number, invoice date. Everything looks correct. I can approve the invoice on this corner to the right. Since I started from the top, PlateIQ takes me to the next invoice on the list once this one has been approved. I can go back and check that the invoice has been approved by clicking on this arrow in the left top corner. I know that the invoice has been approved thanks to this approved label and the green dot up top. I'm going to skip this invoice now because I'd like the store to review it since I'm not sure where these items need to be mapped. If you're not sure yourself, it's perfectly acceptable to flag the invoice to ask a question to your champion or to the accounting team before you approve it. Just make sure that you just don't skip the invoice and do nothing. Otherwise, it will create delays in the financial process. This next invoice is a gas bill. I know that the accounting team needs to review and approve this invoice themselves. We're now looking at an EDI invoice from FinTech, our third party. FinTech handles most of our beer, wine, and liquor expenses. EDI invoices are easy to recognize because they all have the same format as this one. The vendor name up top, the location, the invoice information, and all the items. It's the same format regardless of the vendor. The mapping of the invoice, the total, the pack sizes, everything looks correct. I can approve my invoice. I'm not approving the other invoices today. I exit out of my invoices. And that's it. I'm done approving for now. It only took me a couple of minutes, and the accounting team is now able to export these invoices, to post them on my P&L, and to pay the vendors. The fact that approving invoices allows the home office to pay and post your expenses on your P&L is not the only reason why you should approve invoices daily. There are at least 3 other reasons why you should consider approving your invoices daily. First, it's way easier to catch errors if you approve invoices daily. Errors include invoices being coded to the wrong locations, for instance. It's also easier to catch missing invoices if you approve invoices every day. You'll see if you're missing a food or beer, wine, and liquor invoice in time, and will be able to request it to the vendor and include it in your financials. Finally, it makes it way easier to have financials out quickly because it gives us more time to review your expenses. And that's it for today. Don't forget to check out the accounting team structure and the contact information. Thank you so much for completing Module 3. We'll see you soon.